Oh, how are you? I'm back again. Yeah, I put my hat on. Now, the reason I put my hat on is because I'm going to tell you a sad story. I call this hat my happy hat. And if I've got a happy hat on when I'm telling a sad story, it makes me feel better, and hopefully it'll make you feel better. As I said, I learnt how to shoot deer. I learnt deer stalking. And one day, my friend and I got up early one morning and we went up to the top of the hill and we went deer stalking early in the morning. And we saw two deer coming towards us. A mother deer and its little fawn at its foot. And as soon as they saw us, they ran up the hill. And I had a .303 rifle, and I picked up my rifle and I fired a shot. And I saw this body fall down. We went up the top of the hill, and sure enough, I'd hit the deer right in the back of the head and killed it instantly. And then I heard a bleating sound. And I looked in the thistles, and here's these two little ears sticking up. And it was the little baby deer. It had come back looking for its mother. And my friend wanted to shoot it, and I said, no, we're not shooting it, it's only a little baby. Leave it alone. And with that, the little baby deer ran into the bush crying. Well, that night I couldn't sleep. I had killed this little baby's mother. And I felt terrible. In fact, I couldn't sleep for a week, worrying about it. I was worrying what would happen to that little deer. It was too young to get another mother. What would happen to it? Well, I tell you what happened. There's a thing called karma. Karma says whatever you give out in life, you'll get back. So one day, a friend of mine, Alan Mumford, where I boarded and did the milk the cows, said, I'd like to come out on the station on the farm with you. I said, you can come out for the weekend as long as you bring a rifle. Have you got a .22 rifle? He said, no, but I can borrow one off the Dad's boss man. So he borrowed this .22 rifle. And we came out, and in the morning we were having target practice. We put some tins up on a gate, and we're having target practice. There's 4 or 5 of us, my brothers and everything. And Mum called us in for lunch. She said, come on boys, lunchtime. So all we went in for lunch. Now I was excited because I was a pretty good shot with a rifle. And I wanted to get back out hitting these tins again. Scouting to my brothers and that, how I could shoot. Anyway, I was first out. And I grabbed the .22 rifle and I went behind a tank stand. There was a tank stand right outside the door of the house on the farm. And I leaned my elbow on the tank stand to line up the tin at the bottom with the rifle. And I pulled the trigger. Bang! And what happened? In front of me fell a body. It was my little 11-year-old brother. The bullet from my rifle had gone through the side of his head as he ran into the line of fire. Well, here he was, lying on the ground, bleeding to death. I didn't know what to do. We all panicked. I went and grabbed the Ford V8 car, and we put him in the car, and we took him into Wakatani to the hospital. And I remember sitting there waiting for them to tell us what happened while he was in the operating theatre. And I was praying that they wouldn't make him a vegetable, because I was thinking, geez, if he lives with a bullet in his head, he could be a vegetable for the rest of his life. Well, he died on the operating table. Then came the problem. What to do with me? What were they going to do with me? The police came out and they said it was an accident. It's gone down in records as an accident. I've never slept for weeks after that, but I tell you what, because I should have been head up for, what do you call it, manslaughter. Because I was careless with a rifle. And my message here to all boys, young 16-year-old boys, because I was only 16, be careful with your rifle. Be careful where you're shooting things. And that's my message. That's my message. They sent me away. They sent me away to my cousins, to stay with my cousins and my uncle and my auntie. And I'm going to tell you what happened next. I'm just going to breathe it out. But listen, please, the message is for all young men. Rifles, stay in the cupboard. Rifles are not to be used around houses, shooting tins off gates. Please remember that. Okay? So I'll come back in a minute, have a drink of water, dry my eyes, and see you shortly.